What's going on, YouTube? JT Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the Nightwing 2021 Annual. This one's written by Tom Taylor, and this one, you know, I've been kind of a little bit complaining about how the Nightwing book's been ever since the whole Fear State event took place, and it really killed the momentum of it. But now that we're out of that, the momentum's starting to pick back up again. I actually quite enjoyed this issue a lot, actually. I thought it was a really nice, fun Dick and Jason bonding issue, like where the two of them, like Jason at first is wrongfully accused of something. The two of them have to work together to solve this case, like who's involved in it. The twist in that, like, it's kind of like almost what I was expecting. Like, I thought I would have went two ways because we just kind of got something like this where Cassandra Cain was falsely accused of something, and it turned out to be the anti-Oracle thing. So I figured, okay, so it must be Seer, the anti-Oracle thing, coming back to impersonate Jason Todd. No, it turns out to be Clayface. Well, not the Basil Carlo, another version of Clayface that disguised himself as Red Hood. In fact, the costume was a bit different. He was using guns. I'm like, did I miss something here? But yeah, so this issue kind of dives into the storyline between Dick and Jason. It definitely picks up the momentum after this event was kind of this book was kind of lacking a bit. We also get some cameo from Nightwing and Barbara Gordon, of course, and they're like, okay, he might have killed someone, but Dick obviously trusts Jason. We also get some flashbacks to them at Titan's Tower. We can see them in kind of the old costumes. Like, this is kind of right after Dick went off on his own to become Nightwing. You can see Donna Troy in her old costume, Roy Harper there. And there was definitely some resentment going on between Dick and Jason. I like the fact that Dick kind of steps up a bit as a bit of a mentor role here. And you get the sense that, like, they showcase more of a nice brotherly bond. Now, some people may take issue with that because Dick and Jason didn't always get along quite as well. Like, this one kind of showcased how Dick more so interacted with, like, Tim and even Damian to an extent. But here, I guess, maybe you can get the sense that he's trying to be, like, maybe put some of their issues aside and try and be a bit of a mentor figure. This may have been just like one of their good days together. So that's the way I'll take it. Like, I didn't really have too many issues, but I think some people might with some of their characterization in the past. But I don't know. Continuity makes no sense anymore. But you definitely get the sense that, like, there's a nice bonding moment between the two of them as brothers. And they steal the Batmobile at one point. Jason was grounded, but Dick's like, no, we're going to go out. And he's like, well, what about Alfred? What's he going to say? And then Alfred's like, go ahead, take the keys. So I like that. It's the two of them working together. We still showcase a bit of a violent tendencies from Jason as Robin. Dick's trying to show him a bit of a better way. And perhaps maybe if Dick worked with Jason more, he would have not ended up kind of like the way he is, where he eventually died and then came back as Red Hood. But so yeah, Jason's there, and then Dick kind of confronts him. He's like, okay, let me check to see if you really had bullet wounds. Like the other version of him is like, okay, take your shirt off. Seems like a bit fan servicey there, but he looks like, okay, I don't see anything. You're good. Let's try and solve this case. And yes, Jason Todd's got a much better design here than that's really design that we saw earlier. They investigate the things with the bullet, and they steal the Batmobile one more time because Wayne Manor is just kind of the former home of Bruce Wayne, but it's not really occupied at this time. So they go into Wayne Manor. They take the Batmobile out for a joyride, and they come across a version of Clayface, not the Basil Carlo Clayface, but it's in fact the other Clayface, who even impersonates Batman at one point. So yes. Let me just remember which Clayface it is at this point. So, later, Linker's restaurant. What is this? Okay, so yes, it is the other Clayface. It isn't exactly the Basil Carlo one. Wolfgang. Oh, that's the drug dealer that they have to take down or whatever. But anyway, so it's the other Clayface. They stop him. Also, Jason Todd is using the crowbars at this point, which I do like how Dick Grayson kind of points that out. But like instead of using the guns, which I get why DC is probably doing that. Like, well, these books are probably marketed for kids. We probably don't want like one of our main characters utilizing guns, but we can still have people die horrific deaths, and we can still have death tournaments and all that. I don't know. At least, like, there was a storyline set up for that and the Chip Zdarsky thing. But, like, Jason Todd, like, for instance, he's on Task Force Z. Like, why doesn't he just use that for, like, zombies? I don't know. Like, still using the crowbars is a bit messed up. Like, couldn't he have just used a much better weapon? Granted, Damian had the sword. Tim had, like, his long bow staff. Nightwing has his escrima escrima or whatever sticks. So I feel like Jason should have something else. I still don't like the idea of him using a crowbar. It's like, oh, I was killed with beaten to death with the crowbar. Here, let me use it as my main weapon. So they go ahead and they take down this little drug dealer thing. Jason gets to drive the Batmobile, destroy some stuff. There's some humor, like trademark Tom Taylor humor thrown in there, and then the two of them kind of go off on their way. So they save the day, and they stop the bad guys. And like I said, just a fun little bit of escapism with this issue. Yes, there's some ties to the present because Barbara Gordon is there with Dick, and you see Batwing, or Haley, the little puppy, Bitewing, I'm sorry. And this is an improvement over what we got in the last 3 months with the whole Fear State event. It's not quite to the level of the stuff that happened before Fear State with the Bruno Redondo art. There's something about the Redondo art that really helped elevate those books and added a sense of warmth to it. So I'm really looking forward to when we get back to Bloodhaven, back to where the storyline was kind of at its peak, because I feel like Fear State kind of killed the momentum of Nightwing, because I was really excited like every month for like the new Nightwing when Taylor was writing, like, oh, new issue of Nightwing this week, and I was like, yeah, it's firing on all cylinders. But then Fear State happened and it kind of just lost a lot of that momentum. So I'm glad to say that this issue is an improvement over the last 3 that we've gotten with the whole Fear State thing. It's some nice bonding moments between Dick and Jason, and I think a lot of fans will come away happy. Some may take issues with some of their like pre-Red Hood characterization, I should say. But I think for the most part, it delivers a pretty fun team-up issue. So we'll see what they do next. I'm wondering when we're going to get, like, because we've gotten Tim teaming up with him. We're going to get an issue with John coming up, teaming up with Nightwing in January. And we now got the one with Jason. It's only a matter of time before we get the best dynamic duo, which was Dick and Damian teaming up at some point. But I don't think we'll probably see anything until at least February of next year. So yeah, that's all, or February, March at this point. I don't even remember. What was the last solicitations video? Yeah, until March at least. So we'll see where we go from there. But anyways, what are your thoughts on the issue? Tell me them in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, and be sure to come back next time. I think I'm pretty much caught up with all the issues this week. I got one more. I want to talk about Justice League Incarnate, so you'll probably see a video out that tomorrow at some point, and then I'll be all good for the week. And I'm very happy about that, because I've covered so many at this point. I'm like, whew, I need a break. So yeah, like I said, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, what you thought of this. I quite enjoyed it, so I think it's a pretty solid issue. A much more nice return to form. Not quite to the level of pre-Fear State Tom Taylor Nightwing run, but it is an improvement. So we're heading in the right direction, a breath of fresh air. So out of all the annuals, I like the Robin one the most, and then this one gets the number 2 slot, followed maybe by the either the Joker or the Detective Comics one, and then the Batman one with Ghostmaker is kind of behind that too. But yeah, this was certainly like the second best of the annuals this week. All right, well, that's all I gotta say. As always, take care now, bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.